Hi everyone, welcome back to Big Heart Dating. I'm Pat DeMarco. Uh, we're continuing this weekend about American women. For you gentlemen who are looking for a bride, of course, which is today, where to have companionship. Just today I'm going to talk about some of it. Like I said, this country have a lot of different kind of people. It's a melting pot. So ethically, it's so many different kinds. From albino white to very dark black in the spectrum of it. There's 100 different skin color. You know that? So we're right in the middle. We're the half of so-called black. That's why discrimination is ridiculous. Of course, I'm reviewing everything. Women are very independent, seemingly preferred to their age, but not always. There's some very young and older. Very, very few. Because they're only looking for money. Of course. You know that. But then there's also cougar. I already covered that. Older looking for younger. That can be very common the last 30 or so years now. And we go way back to the 60s, 1968 movie, The Graduate, starring Dustin Hoffman, having a relationship with an older woman. And I went through all that. Look at my hair. See, I have gray hair ever since I was 18. Started a little bit with a streak here, then salt and pepper. You ought to see my pictures. I'll do that on Facebook. You can look it up. Then you can see that. All right, today, now we're talking about equality. United States, they're trying to make it equal in many things, like equal pay, equal things in life. But with pay, it's still a little backward. It's still a little backward, you know. And the way that even in Hollywood, women get lower pay than the men. And they're very liberal. They still complain about that. That's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Socialism is not the answer. You have to take what you take. If you don't like this, you can leave. If you're still here, great. Historically, like I already talked about dating, but the status of women, then American colonialism, women stayed at home until about 1945. But 1939, just before 45, the men had to go to war overseas with two fronts. The European front and the Pacific front. And so there's a shortage of workers at home to build weapons and planes and tanks in the Jeep. There were like 5 different manufacturers to make the Jeep alone. Willie, Ford, Mamie General Motors, Mamie Chrysler, and others. They had a lot of women working in the factory. That's why you see the poster with Rosie the River. That's the beginning to revolutionize having women to work in the workforce today in the United States. Evident. But after 1945, a lot of women went back home because they wanted to start a nuclear family. With all the boys came home from the war. But women started to liberalize back in the 60s, 70s. They tried and failed to have ERA, Equal Rights Amendment. Actually, it's to make the women dominate. That's what I read about it. It's a no-no. They're trying to do it again. It's a no-no. No. Let me tell you that I'm a Christian. I believe the man leads the house. The man leads. If you don't like it, at the end, bye-bye. If you're still here, right. Not only that, they go way back to like 1890 to 1920. Like in 1920, the women with the flapper. They want to be more liberated, more sexy, and supposed to sex more and shorter skirt. Get way back before that. Go right down to your shoe, wasn't even the ground. That's why many of them have to lift it up and walk. If you've seen the Little House on the Prairie or Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, or one of those Western shows back then, you see the women lift up there. Because that's the way they used to dress. Then with the flappers, they're short, they're free. That's why. Then it became miniskirt. And skirt with a poodle on it in the 50s, 60s. Got a little longer because the hippie. However, the 70s, 80s miniskirt were back, and today it's all variation. So women get more and more independent in this country. This is why a lot of American men prefer overseas. Sisters, ladies, I'm sorry. This is why the men do that, going over there. Because of your attitude. I'm speaking it from my own spirit and from seeing other men. So I'm speaking for all the men and I. Stop it. Time out. Stop. Stop being too independent. Stop being too, you want to be the dominant. You want to be the breadwinner. You want to be the this. A lot of men don't want a woman to be a breadwinner. Because some of us men grew up in Christian homes and read the Bible. It said so many times, the male lead. Gotta fly. Yep, we're doing that. Didn't do that. Okay. Same thing with baby stew. They used to be right down to the floor. Very heavy. Cotton covered all up, makes it harder to swim. It's more of a dipping stew. Today, they're all getting skippy near nudity. It's ridiculous. The diner, hey, the diner, stop the dying baby suit that way. Get back the way to conservative. Interesting, the late 80s and early 90s, the trend was going back to more conservative. Women had the collar right up to here with the brooch, the big shoulder pad. I know, the big hair. They were really feminine. They all wore those pumps back then. That's the real woman. Men like those. Not those that part women. He's been in Hollywood now, singer, musician. Oh, so many things. They're all like that. It's ridiculous. Now with all dolphins and creator content, bloggers, they're all being sexy. I see one with the Filipino on YouTube. She always have to pull up her dress because she's wearing it like that. You have to keep doing like that when she interview an American about he lost 4.3 million peso. That's about $76,000 in his business that a banker stole his money. A deal do that. She's being westernized. Stop it. Stop. Time out. Okay. Before we go on more, I'm Pastor Marco. Please do like, share, subscribe, get a notification, and tell all the others about that. And I'm trying to help both of you, men and women, with dating here in the United States. Okay. The females in the United States, the maternal mortality is 14, according to 2015 study. That's 14 per 100,000. That's not easy. Other countries a lot worse, but it's a lot better than those countries because we have that great medical technology and medicine. Other countries, it's a lot difficult. It's still backward. Now, there's another thing for you guys to think about. It's better off than an American woman. You have a better technology, better health care. I know, I don't like Obamacare. That's the sign name for that because you're handcuffed to it. It's stupid. Interesting, the women in politics in 2021, 26.7%. That's about a quarter of the women are in politics. And that vice president, I don't like her politics. She's bad. But she's the first one to do it all. And I'm afraid she'll be the first president. I don't like it. I want to be out of here. Okay. For labor, it's 56, excuse me. In labor, 56% of the women are working. That's 2015. That's a lot of women. Where's the man? Hey, guys. Go back to work. Get back to work. Stop being lazy. Get to work. I understand if you're disabled, that's fine. Or injured on the job. But don't be lazy. Get back to work. I have over 25,000 of something, that's 95%. Well, I didn't finish writing it. I don't know what it was, but that's alright. Skip that. The poll, January 2019, for those women under 30, 40% of the women want to leave the United States. Wow, there's a lot of women that want to get out of here. Wait a minute. That mirrors to what the Filipinos. They want to come here, but the women here want to leave. They want to go live with more wealthy. Yet, there are more wealthy countries than this country now. Britain, the British pound worth more. I don't know how it is. The last time I checked a long time ago, it was like it cost us $1.50 for a pound, British pound. Not by weight, it's by the pound money. That's worth more than here. Europe, it's already westernized and industrial, and yes, it's crowded. But some of them worth more there. It's interesting where they marry Middle Easters because there's a lot of oil slick and wealthy Arab and Muslim. A lot of Chinese businessmen want American women. So that's why those 40%. That's really shocking. 20% of the men want to leave the United States. 20%. That's not many. More women do. I guess that's because those 20% are men rather to marry a Filipino or Thailand or one of those Asian or African and live there in a more wealthy area, or well-to-do area. But the same surveys say over 50 years of age, the gap did appear. That means when you're over 50, you don't want to relocate. This confused me because a lot of men my age, 50 up, want a Filipina or Thai ladies. That make no sense with that. Because then maybe about half of them do want. Remember I said about the survey? Many of them do want to stay the state, yeah, it matched to that. But this is from Wikipedia. All that I was going to say that from Wikipedia. So this means those 20% want to leave those countries. You cannot own a house. You cannot own property. You cannot do this or that overseas unless you're married. But you still can't own it. Nope. You can pay your girlfriend or your wife overseas to buy a place. But it had to be in her name. You gotta be very careful, guys. Don't do that. That's why I'm trying to encourage you to find a woman and to stay first. And I have tried that. It's a failure. I don't mean to compare to my brother. He found somebody here in the States. I know why. Because I'm deaf. And easier to communicate by texting. Like through WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. Or even regular phone. But every time I meet a woman from the States, the scammer, every one of them, they always say, how you doing? With that to turn off. The normal I grew up with is, how are you? Or how are you, Mark? Or how are you, Margot? That's the right way to say it. Or how you do? I hear that a lot too. Ever since I was a kid. But how you doing? That's scammer talk. I know that's scam. Right off the bat, I block. Gone. Alright, let's move on. Right now, according to Wiki, first marriage for American, 27 years of age for women, 29 years age for men. It's gone up because 1955 to 57, 18 years of age for both. 18. Before it's underage. Like maybe 1930, 13, 14, 15-year-old get married. That's because, like get a little longer today because thanks to better health care and better living condition. The number have increased. I remember it's like 23 years of age for women and 25 for men. Going up very slow. Within the next 5 years, we'll see about 30-something. Alright, divorce is allowed. Abortion is allowed, but up according to the state you're living in. Usually blue states, which are Democrat, usually allow. Red states do not allow. And that they're fighting. Fighting, I mean that the liberal want to allow abortion, and the conservatives don't want to allow that. The American society is different experience for women than men. Yeah, like with the maturity, as you get older, you grow up, right? Even starting with teens, the girls start to grow up first and faster than men. Not just physically, emotionally, psychologically, and maybe spiritually. Maybe. Depends. But for Christian, that the maturity is different. Usually it's more grown up than those who are not born again. Not only that, the way things in history recently, decades like in the 1980s and 1990s, thanks to 1960 and 70 Industrial Revolution, it was open season for everybody having sex. And that's why venereal disease was accelerated. A lot of them had diphtheria, cholera, herpes, you name it. And AIDS, HIV, AIDS. That also considered it sexual transmitted disease because at first they thought that's how you get transmitted. It is transmitted disease, but it can be by blood transfusion. Like that boy Ryan White, he was exposed to HIV because of blood transfusion. One of the Sarkany and Hutch actors, Paul Glazer, his wife died of AIDS because HIV transfusion. So it's not really sexual transmitted disease. But anyway, let me get the point. Because of sexual revolution, it influenced the children of the 80s and the 90s to really be very active sexually. That I remember when I was in deaf school, like maybe 10 years old, my very classmate, she the same age, she got pregnant. They had to pull out of school like that, and the word gets around fast. What's going on? Where is she? What's up? And my teacher told me seriously, she got pregnant. What's pregnant? Having a baby. 10 years old, having a baby. I said that. Too young. In the 80s, it was like 1 out of 4 girls get pregnant. My high school. Nothing good. Whew. That's in public high school. Maybe 1, I didn't know. Maybe 2. That's it. Because my school was like about 500 students. The bigger the school, the more you have a number. Alright, another deaf school. In Long Island, 3 out of 4 girls get pregnant. They had to shut down the school. until they stop. They don't want the issue record going up more and more and more. So they stop school for like a year or two. That's what I read about it somewhere. Way back in the 90s. Then guess what? They're back and it's controllable. The problem is that residential school for the deaf, it's more likely you can get pregnant than in the public school. Because I'll tell you why. You live in the dormitory, you can sneak up, maybe the main school, and do it in the main school, while the kids and house parents or dorm supervisors, depending on what school they call. Anyway, you can't do it in the dormitory. So you can do it over there at the main school. Sometimes doors will not lock. Back then, a lot of homes and business didn't have doors locked. Well, they did that. That's how some of them got pregnant in the school. I'm talking about my school at New York State. But the one in Long Island, I'm sure they did it somewhere. They knew a spot to do it. I know of a shopping mall, a lot of teenagers did that. Because they were certain spot nobody did. And I saw the website that this guy, that's his favorite mall, playing with the spot. Because that's where everybody rumors that's the certain spot it's easy to hide, to have sex, away from home. And you can't do it when you're living at home because your parents will be there. Or your sitter will be there. You're stuck. Yeah, 24/7. No, that's my dormitory. Today, it's well control. But, of course, birth control. Alright, time running out. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the 4 main reasons. 4 personality of the women. And then the 4 main characters. So we'll continue with that. Then we'll discuss why you think it's good to go with American woman or to go with a foreign woman. You already know now why. And ladies, you know why now. You have a hard time finding somebody. It's both men and women need to change personality and attitude. And yet the reputation is ruining everybody out. Let's say the scammers in the Philippines. They ruined the Philippines' reputation, even politically, because the outside, like the United States, Canada, and Europe, all they're full of scammers. They take one rotten apple to ruin the whole barrel of apple. The others are really good, nice lady. But one, they look at that one, that negative. A lot of people always look at negative first. No, look at the positive first. And get the positive before the negative spread it. Okay? That's my advice for today. Alright, I gotta get going. I got an appointment. So, see you all. God bless.